We are all familiar with the Nightsisters who reside on Dathomir, but in this video I want to focus on one of the different clans that resides on the Dark Planet. The Singing Mountain Clan, one of the most important and influential clans within the Nightsisters. And now, the Nightsisters, from what we know, were all unified under the Mother Talzin clans, and instead of fighting each other, they were a collective that we all know as the Nightsisters. But this wasn't always the case. The clans on Dathomir were constantly at war, and one of the most powerful was the Singing Mountain Clan. And the Singing Mountain Clan fell under the category of canon, but most of their stories fall under the category of legends. Now, to get this out of the way, the Singing Mountain was a mountain on Dathomir, and it was the center of the Singing Mountain clan of Dathomiri witches, and they were led by the clan mother, Augwynne Djo. And after Mother Talzin's death, Augwynne Djo rose to power, more or less becoming the queen of Dathomir during the Age of the Empire. And infighting between the clans had always plagued the Nightsisters, but Augwynne Djo had ambitions outside of Dathomir. She drove out Imperial forces on Dathomir and even assisted Han Solo on a couple of missions, gaining favors for the New Republic for the peace and security of Dathomir and the Nightsisters. Djo was more welcome to outsiders, probably because after the massacre of the Nightsisters, towards the end of the Clone Wars, no one came to their aid, and she was also full-blooded human, unlike most Nightsisters who were Dathomiri. She was shrewd and calculating in her plans for expanding Nightsister influence across the galaxy, and even advocated for Dathomir to become a member of the New Republic. Her daughter Gethzerion had other plans. She was a ruthless and tyrannical matriarch. She ruled the Nightsisters with an iron fist and terrorized the other Dathomiri for years. And one of four sisters, Gethzerion was by far one of the most talented with channeling the Force. During her formative years, she realized she could use the Force without the ritual chantings prescribed by her people and customs and traditions, something only great mothers could do in the past. And at some point, Gethzerion tried to assassinate her mother to become the clan leader, and she was exiled to the wilderness of Dathomir for infighting. Her assailant, who also wanted to be clan mother, Kyriza, was banished off Dathomir, but that's a whole nother story. But Gethzerion was most likely allowed to stay on Dathomir because she was the daughter of a great mother. And Gethzerion met her end at the hands of Luke Skywalker when her ship was destroyed outside of Dathomir space, and many rejoiced as they were no longer under her rule and terror. The betrayal of the Singing Mountain clan's leader, Djo, from her own daughter led them into a period of uncertainty. Djo tried reaching out to other clans for help and assistance after her daughter tried to assassinate her, but no other Nightsister clans came to the Singing Mountain clan's aid, most likely for a number of reasons. Djo's ambitions to join the New Republic and welcoming outsiders to many were a betrayal of Nightsister culture and ways. The Singing Mountain clan was also known for war, and now they were battling from within. Taking sides during a conflict like this could split their own clans, or at the very least cause death and destruction to their fellow sisters. And no one wanted to be on the wrong side of the Singing Mountain clan, so it was better off to stay neutral. And I don't exactly know what happened to Djo, if she was killed by her own daughter or fled Dathomir for her own safety, but her daughter Gethzerion was now in control, waging war from within her own clans in her quest to become a great mother. And Gethzerion had her own loyal followers from all clans, but so did her mother. And clans weren't exactly at war, but individuals from all clans made it seem that way. And this led many to seek help outside of Dathomir, and at the time Luke Skywalker was the only person who could stand up to Gethzerion. And ultimately, Augwynne Djo's leadership was better than her daughter's, but after the death of Mother Talzin, the Nightsisters would never be the same. There were also three other daughters to Augwynne Djo, who were Cara Teal, the youngest daughter of Augwynne Djo, who died trying to save her mother from Gethzerion's assassination attempt, so she also ended up killing her own sister. Alayah Djo was the daughter as well, and she was the war master of the Singing Mountain clan, feared for her battle tactics and use of rancors. The oldest daughter, Baruka, turned to the dark side but was able to break away from its influence and exiled herself. She petitioned unsuccessfully to rejoin the Singing Mountain clan and was subsequently tormented mentally by Gethzerion, slowly being driven insane. She eventually teamed up with Luke Skywalker, redeeming herself and aiding in the death of her sister, and this ended her rule, and with her sister dead, she was able to rejoin the Singing Mountain clan as a hero for freeing them from the tyrannical leader that was her sister. And this family was plagued with infighting like many Nightsisters, but was more or less the power and strength of the Singing Mountain clan. And the downfall of the family was overall the lust for power, something many Force users struggled with. Even their mother, who wanted to be more friendly to outsiders, something Nightsisters often frowned upon, but she saw the ability to reach out and have assistance within the galaxy after the leaders of the Nightsisters were all killed during the massacre of the Nightsisters at the end of the Clone Wars. And their family legacy continued as the surviving members of the Djo family went on to become clan mothers, founding their own clans. They became war masters and warriors and rancor tamers. And members of the Singing Mountain clan were some of the first to tame rancors, spreading that knowledge to other clans but also using them as beasts of burden and war. Their knowledges of the dark magic made the Singing Mountain clan very respected amongst all clans, but their lust for blood and power also made them feared. And without a doubt, the Singing Mountain clan was one of the most influential clans within the Nightsisters outside of the unification of Mother Talzin. The rich history of the Singing Mountain clan is something I want more Star Wars fans to be aware of, alongside with the history of the Nightsisters. But the Singing Mountain clan had many other members, but again most of them derived from the Djo family line, whether it was granddaughters or nieces, but nonetheless the family Djo held great respect amongst all clans on Dathomir. Many great stories and characters come from the Singing Mountain clan, and I hope to expand upon those later, but rancor tamers, dark magic, civil war, the fight against the Empire, and conflicts within Nightsister culture, clans, and on Dathomir are all great stories that come from the Singing Mountain clan. And this clan was second only to the Mother Talzin clan and the Golden Age of the Nightsisters that we see during the Clone Wars. But the Singing Mountain clan era took place during the Age of the Empire and was rife with conflicts and conquest. And their legacy goes on and their history is unmatched within Nightsister lore, so this was just a brief overview of the Singing Mountain clan. So if you want to know more, definitely check out the Nightsister video I did where I kind of break down lots of different Nightsisters, but with that, that is the Singing Mountain clan. Subscribe if you would like, and until next video, goodbye.